Maybe make it a little cooler.
Oh, yeah. Don't we eventually have to sit down and pick new muse?
I need you this week to sit down with me.
Well, that would be tomorrow. Oh, you're also teaching online next month?
Yes.
Yeah, because Jared just said, "Oh, maybe it." I'm like,
We can definitely talk about that. Oh, they can
welcome,
definitely do
welcome,
it.
welcome to Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6. And if you notice on the little YouTube camera and Facebook, I'm trying to stay to the corner as much as possible because John was doing his little vaping. He needed to relax, and the smoke was a little bit too much for me. So
Well, the smoke was a little bit too much for me.
really.
Because, no, seriously. You have this little thing, and it's like Apple style, which means there's one button on this vape. And that's to turn it on, turn it off, heat adjustment settings, yada, 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 yada.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, I hit the button and I forget to hit it a third time and things change. And all of a sudden it heats up and blows huge. Anyway. But that was supposedly the working weed.
The working weed.
The working weed. Did you know there's working weed?
No, did not know there's working weed.
Well, I'm going to go out and just also say something right off the bat, is that I had a great Christmas.
Yes.
But I ate a lot of desserts and chocolate,
yep.
and my face now punished me for it because I have broken out.
Oh, is
I'm
that
getting
why?
that right up right here because I have 4 zits on my face. Two on one cheek, one on the other, one on the forehead, and I'm just going to go like this the whole video because I don't want anyone to see me. Thankfully, this is mostly radio. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just look the other way. What?
Yeah, you know what? And he was also trying to deny me sex, and I'm like, dude, I don't care about your face right now. Yes, yes, you did. You're like, look, I'm hideous. I'm like, I don't care.
I didn't say look.
No, yes, you did.
I woke up, and you have a zit that physically hurts. So you go in the bathroom, and you're doing it, and you're like, where are you going? Sex here, and I'm like, I'm just going. I want to take care. I don't care about that. Come back and have sex. I'm like,
yes.
And the truth is, I love you for it, but I wake up and something hurts. I'm going to go take care of it. Because having sex while you're in pain, although in some cases is required,
yes,
for the most part, is not a good thing, especially when it's unintentional pain. But as a 48-year-old man, I still break out like a 13-year-old.
Well, that's because thank you for the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness for taking care of that, because that's what gives you like that motivation and everything, the acne of an 18-year-old.
Not always. I haven't gotten a breakout like this in the last year.
No. Every time you get your pellets, you get a little. You don't get as massive as you currently have at this moment, but you get 1 or 2 breakouts once you get your pellets.
So I'm going to conveniently change the subject and talk about our sponsor,
Condoms. We're going to the commercial break. We have music, and then
I want to talk about. You know what? Fine. We'll be back in a moment, and then we'll do the sponsor, because apparently where it says sponsor and then it says song, that got flipped up in someone's mind. So
I don't know.
We'll be back in just a moment here on BFAM 109.6.
Sex Positive Me.
Are you sure you didn't inhale?
You guys are awesome.
Because I'm like 1, 2. You're like, no. 2, 1.
You screwed it up.
I didn't. What is the sponsor on top of the "We'll be right back"?
We always do.
Is the sponsor on top of?
Right, but
I'm gonna go back. Nope. We're not doing this.
Again, we're gonna remind everybody this is live radio. This is how it happens at the Luna House.
No, because on all the other ones we do music first, then sponsor.
So she said.
Go back on the other ones.
She's not gonna let this go either. The truth
is, it's true or not.
We do love each other. Someone actually posted once. Do they like each other?
They love each other very much.
We do.
John, your cheeks are so rosy.
No shit. That's the medicine.
Welcome back on Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6, where we're having this argument and dispute in regards to what comes first, the music or the sponsor, which I always say it's like if we go back to the previous episodes, music first, then sponsor.
And I'm not normally the person who says I'm going to prove you wrong, but after this broadcast, I'm going to prove you wrong. However, I think you should do the sponsor now.
You
already screwed this one up, so I'm going to go ahead and do.
No, you always do sponsors.
Okay, well, since I'm the one who actually wears the condoms,
yes, you do.
I'll talk about the condoms.
Exactly.
Because they're One condoms. I love them because they have a Vanish, which is one of the brands. They have a tattoo, which is also cool. They have, we need to do a video where we actually take them out and compare them against those other condoms, the horse condoms, just to show how different they are.
Yeah.
But they also come in 60 different sizes. All you need to do is go to myonecondoms.com and you can download this fit kit, they call it. Yes, you can measure your penis in both girth and length and get a condom to fit you specifically. So, look, we all have to be safe. We all have to do condoms. It's just a courtesy. And eventually, some of us are fluid bound, but if you're not, hey, at least use the condom you like.
Exactly. And always get tested. There's no shame in being tested.
Which, yeah, that's one thing. We do, at least we do. We're tested every quarter. And it's just a courtesy for both ourselves as well as our other partners, because we are in other relationships. We do have other play partners and such, but that doesn't mean we're reckless. Being sexually active does not mean, what's that term? Caution to the wind.
Cautious to the wind.
It doesn't mean that. We actually do. We work out a lot. You've done your marathon. Hey, we're signed up for new marathons.
Yeah, I am, not you.
Excuse me, I'm signed up.
For what do you call it?
It's a 5K, but the next day is the marathon, and it's grouped together on the website. So technically, I'm signed up for that event.
No, we can't.
If you get to round up, I get to round up.
Okay, so no, that one for the springtime challenge, that is March 31st, April 1st, April 2nd. It's a 19.3 total, all three, because I am doing all three races. John's only doing one. And then February, I'm for the Princess Marathon. I'm doing the Princess Half Marathon and the Princess 10K, which I was thinking, I just had a brilliant costume idea, and now it just went out of my head.
Does it involve one condoms?
No, maybe I should.
Maybe it should.
It should. Maybe
I think it would. I think a running condom. But do me a favor. Make sure you make a vent, because it could get probably hot in there if we did a full-size body condom.
I should have, I just threw away a couple of expired condoms, but I could probably use that as a costume. The expired
if you need condoms, we got lots.
We have lots, because they actually do. One condom does have a, what do you call it? A fashion show, a fashion costume contest that people make outfits out of condoms.
They were nice enough to actually print one condoms for our station here, BFAM
109.6. I know another of our colleagues, they got their logo printed on one condoms too. Yes. So that was excited for her. So eventually we should ask to have our logo. But I think ours should be the date night with the Lunas logo.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Kind of do.
But we did have a kind of topic for today. We're doing two topics. The beginning of it, I want to talk about Christmas. Christmas gifts, because I did get some cool gifts. You also, I didn't buy them for you, but you got some new cool outfits.
Yes.
But those are kind of professional, right?
Yeah, they are professional. Yeah, I should be wearing them for the show then.
I should be. Yeah, you definitely should be. On the next commercial break, I'll send you off, come back in a little skimpy thing. Isn't that a great idea? Is that what you want to see? If it is, go ahead and make a comment. Come on, don't leave me alone here.
Yeah,
we all want to see Angelique in a little comment. And DC, you count.
That's so funny. But
all we need is one vote.
One vote. Oh, come on.
I vote yay.
Yeah, I'll change for tonight. I like my outfit right now. You can actually see my, it's Facebook approved.
I don't know how, but again, I keep moving the camera to get you more in it.
Well, I said it from the beginning. I'm hiding away from your smoke of your vape thing.
See? I don't even know what language that is.
What is that? It's like, hi, whoever just put a comment into it. What the fuck did you just say? It's like,
I'm not even VoSF Tech.
That is going to be an affirmative yes vote in hieroglyphics.
Oh no, nice try. I give you A for effort. But anyways, continue on.
I wanted to talk about Christmas, but then I want to talk about, because this is the last show of the year.
Last show of the year.
New Year's. They're usually called resolutions. What do you call them?
Revolutions.
Because you want to cause a revolution with your ideas for next year.
Yes, I
do. That's your thing. Which yes. We always said you were a little extreme.
Okay. So I had this comment from one of my partners says that I scare them. No, I did not get No, you know what?
I didn't say scare you.
No, now I have to ask one of my other partners there if I scared them too. So yes.
You don't scare. You are a powerful woman, and there is powerful women can be very attractive. Very attractive.
But if you're scared of me and you still are dating me,
no,
why the fuck? No, I'm
I
serious.
didn't know. It's not an abusive relationship.
I-
It's not like, please don't hurt me. No, it's
No, I
that
get
you're
paid for that.
it's when you're very powerful and you do that, it is very attractive. At the same way, it's even more attractive when you're that powerful and mad at someone else other than us. You see? Like when someone wronged me once, and I used the term on you, bulldog, because you went all bulldog, and I just sat back. I'm like, I'm not even going to comment on this. Let it go. And you ripped him to shreds like a bulldog. And I'm like, that was sexy. That was wonderful. And don't ever do that to me, please. However, I'm going to steer it back because for Christmas, you did get some sexy outfits, which you'll be trying on shortly. You also got me some cool gifts.
I did. I got you.
I wanted to go ahead and say, I got butt gifts. I did. And
you didn't bring? Did you bring them to show and tell?
I brought show and tell.
Oh.
You see, if you haven't noticed, I'm the one who sets up with the lights and the camera, and make sure we're in frame, and that this is, and brings the props, and then some pretty person just walks in and goes, "Oh, you didn't prep enough." So
I never say that.
I love you.
Yeah, there on air kiss.
See, we do love each other.
We do love each other. It's a love to hate.
But no, it's not a hate. It's we just have heated debates. No,
passionate.
I'm Italian. You're Mexican. Our yelling is pretty much like other people's whispering.
That's a conversation.
Yeah. No, I did that wrong. Anyway.
We're very vocal.
But you bought me a present.
I bought you several presents.
Yes, but I bought you several presents. But the present you bought me was from a company called Enjoy.
Yeah.
Is that a colon? No, apostrophe Joy.
No, there's no apostrophes. NJOY.
If you look at their logo, there's an apostrophe.
Okay, fine.
And you bought me something called the Enjoy. What is the name of this one?
I have no idea.
Because it comes in a bag.
Yeah, they
and
have
it comes
the box.
with this. All right, we got to look it up as we're doing this. But basically, you type in NJOY, the company. It has, what would you call them? Industrial strength.
They are. They're considering a freaking okay. So the Enjoy Pure One is considered the
That's
11.
That's what you got me.
Okay, the Pure Plug. Yeah, 2.0. I got you the Pure Plug 2.0. See, there's no apostrophe.
Okay, there is none on the logo. I thought that. The point is, they make toys out of solid stainless steel. Mm-hmm. So they are either a toy you'll have forever, or B, a weapon you can protect yourself with in the bedroom. Because
one of our friends traveled in the airport, and the TSA stopped them and said that this is a deadly lethal weapon. And we're like, it's a sex toy. How the hell is it? Yeah, it weighs 3 pounds. Yeah, the Enjoy 11 is considered a deadly lethal weapon. Well,
yeah, this is what I want to look at, because the Enjoy 11.
11, that's the one.
Is a $400 sex toy. And by the way, it's stainless steel. Did I mention that part? Mm-hmm. I want to look. It is 2.75 pounds of stainless steel, 11 inches long. And yes, you could billy club someone with this. It does, but it works great. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. The one you got me was the Enjoy Pure Plug 2.0. Mm-hmm. And I'm scrolling down. Tell me the weight on this one. It is, I have a butt plug that's 1.25 pounds.
Really? It looks like it's heavier than that.
It does. I mean, I'm going to show it on camera. Essentially.
Are we getting in trouble with Facebook?
I don't know. I'm not putting it anywhere. But the truth is, this can double. Mm-hmm. Because what it feels like is, if I ever get into a fight, I can just do this, and punching someone, that can hurt. Mm-hmm. And then letting them know it's a butt plug is even more degrading after hitting them.
Oh God.
Not that I've hit anyone outside of a ring. Well, once, but that was a street fight in New York, which I didn't want to do. High school in New York, it happens. But anyway, you got me it.
I got you it, yes.
And it is,
because that's what you wanted on your Christmas wish list.
Yes, it is.
And you actually guilted me because I had to run back and get the other one, because I was like, oh shit, he said he wanted 2.
I didn't guilt you.
Yes, you did.
I said 1.
Because I asked you.
There was no guilt.
Yeah, there was a guilt. You said, no, I asked you for 2 things for Christmas. And it was like, you know what 2 things? I'm like, no, what 2 things are they?
Well, the other one you got. Oh, okay.
I had to run back and get that. I only bought 1. And then you're like, you wanted 2. And I'm like, fuck. So I had to run back and get that.
Have to. Like, she's a prisoner at that. But she also got me another. This is called a tunnel plug, which I have not tried yet.
So please explain to the audience what a tunnel plug does.
It's a butt plug with a hole in the middle. So it kind of allows gas to come out. Sometimes you put a butt plug in, and it actually stops you from passing gas,
Flagellating.
and you kind of feel bulked up after a little bit. So this one has a hole in it.
But
Very
see,
interesting.
I don't see it as a whole butt plug. I just see it as like, I don't know, like an expander.
Oh, it is also, you can wear it as that, but it's an expander or what's the word? A dilator.
Dilate.
To dilate.
Dilate your butt. Okay.
Hmm.
See, and I got like, lame gifts.
Lame gifts?
Compared to your sex toys. I mean,
Okay.
I had to get a new laptop. Now, most of the rest of the world would be extremely excited and happy that they got a laptop.
Not just a laptop. She got a MacBook Pro. So I didn't spend no $300, $400, or $500 on it. It's a MacBook Pro. Please continue on this lovely story.
Yeah, most people are happy. I was miserable because that means I had my old laptop died. It officially became a brick because it gave me the black screen of death, and then they gave me the corrupted file. And so I had to. So that means I spent almost like 3 days trying to reinstall, uninstall, set everything up again on my new laptop, because I've had it for 10 years.
But the thing is, you're only doing it once every 10 years.
Right.
So
I know.
it's okay.
I know, but I was sad. I should mourn it. I should give it a Viking funeral.
So that is a good question. For things that are important to you, like your laptop and like a few sex toys that have died because we didn't take care of them, do they deserve a Viking funeral?
I think so.
Like, can we go out and get a little sushi boat? Because those things will float. We can get them on Walmart pretty cheap, and put the sex toy on it, surround it with like little Kindle, go out to the reflecting pond out front, the one with the
or we could just go down to the lake. We have a lake.
But I want the one where the whole neighborhood's going to see, because it had, the one in the center of the neighborhood with all the houses around it, and I want to send it off. If you think we should do that, I think that would make another good video.
I mean, don't we technically get the sushi boat? We can't keep the sushi.
You can't keep the boat when you order sushi.
Oh, come on. I think they should. If I'm paying like $100 for a sushi boat, I think I should keep the sushi boat.
And we'll be back in just a moment talking about Christmas here on Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6. So, Christmas gifts.
Never outrun me. I came back by 2 o'clock. And I got the car wash. And got your Starbucks. And welcome back on Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6.
And we'd like to thank our sponsor, KinkCrate.com. KinkCrate is a place where you can either buy some kinky stuff right out or just trust them. Tell them whether you're single, in a couple, what type of couple you're in, male, female, female. And then they will ship you monthly some really great value prices. Basically, they put this crate together. That's why it's called Kink Crate. It is not a crate. It is a nice, unsuspecting brown paper box that shows up, and it's filled with kink. It's actually filled, what I love is it comes with instructions.
Yes.
They write a book on what's in the crate.
And how to use it.
And they make videos as well. It is totally awesome. So if you're looking to go ahead and check that out, please go to sexpositiveme.com, click on the Kink Crate logo, and that will take you through our affiliate link, so we get a little credit about sending you that way. And that way we know you're listening and you like what we're talking about.
Yes.
However, we're still talking about Christmas.
Yes, I know.
Kink Crate is a good Christmas stuff.
Oh, yes, definitely. Kink Crate subscription is a good present for anything. Valentine's Day is coming up, so yeah.
It is. Valentine's Day is a big deal for us.
Not really.
In the industry.
Oh, in the industry, yes. Yeah, but for us, because we celebrate.
Do you want to know why it's not a big deal for us? Because a few weeks later is our anniversary, and we really celebrate that one. So Valentine's Day is kind of just a reminder for us. Don't forget the anniversary, because it's coming up in March.
I mean, ever since, okay, so even before I met John, Valentine's Day tradition for me was stay at home, some kind of drink, bowl of popcorn, and watch the St. Valentine's Day Massacre on the History Channel.
I think you were just missing Chicago.
No, just because to me that's a good Valentine's Day. Just seeing people getting shot up and killed instead of like, oh, this Hallmark Day of love and love. I'm like, dude, like, no. You should do it all year round, not just this one day where, okay. And the other reason I usually buy flowers, roses for the house to look pretty every week. And that weekend, that's Valentine's Day, I bitch so much because they jack the same fucking bunch of flowers that I buy the week before, like 4 times. 4 times.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get this straight. You boycott Valentine's Day because they're jacking up the price of the stuff you buy every week anyway.
Yes. Yes, very much.
That sounds so off.
It is not off. I do not. Okay, I'm all for capitalism. Don't get me wrong. But for the same red roses I buy for $10.99 the week before Valentine's Day, the week of Valentine's Day, they jack it up to $39.99. I'm like, dude, no.
Do you want to know what I can fix this?
Oh, you're going to fix this?
Yes.
How are you going to fix this?
I am going to put an order in a week ahead of time when the prices are low. So that way I keep my prices. Yeah, you can do that. You can talk to a florist and go, I buy every week. I want them next week at the same price. And I guarantee you they might do it.
I doubt it's Publix.
Well, then go to a little shop local. We always say shop local, although technically Publix is local, but they're through the entire state.
Right. Now I have to find a little florist now. Good idea. I'm going to have to find a florist.
We like to shop local because just like us, local businesses is what drives this economy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's a real good thing. We do like it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, what else? We were talking about Christmas.
Yeah, okay. So my other Christmas gifts were Loungefly purses, which we got the I was actually surprised that my brother got us the couple one, the Wally and Eve. Aww.
Yes, you got a Wally and an Eve purse, which leads me to believe that is a sign that I should make my appointment, and my next tattoo will be my Wally and Eve one.
That's fine.
I'm just letting you know that.
Which one are you doing? The one where they're all like spinning together with the cloud
no,
on them?
Actually, I found one which had a moon in the background, and it's the one of Wally and Eve, and he's handing her the flower. Mm-hmm. And I thought that one was sweet.
It's not a flower, it's just a plant.
Well, you know, sure. It's not a flower. It's, you know what? Now I get why you look at me and go, you're the sappy romantic one. I mean, don't get me wrong. For those of you who are listening, I'm the sadist. Nothing pleases me more than to tie up a submissive in coconut rope, put clamps on them, make them as uncomfortable as possible, and then make them squirt as can be to look me up with that. When they look up.
The daddy look.
No. The daddy look is a wonderful look to get.
Uh-huh.
The daddy look where there's also a tear or two of pain dropping out of their eyes, a tear, makes me just, that. Mm-hmm. However, despite all of that, you turn around and say, I'm the sappy one.
Because you are. What if outside?
Sweetie, compared to you, the Grinch might be the sappy one. Because you're talking about Valentine's Day is coming up, and your normal day, which hasn't happened in 12 years.
No.
Was watching the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which is basically a Al Capone hit in Chicago.
Yes, it was.
Which was one of the bloodiest massacres up till time.
Yes, I know. It was so beautiful.
But I'm weird for liking Rick and Morty. I love you so much.
No, but okay, so here's the ironic thing. Yes, John is a sadist. Yes, he likes to cause massive pain. But once you get on consensually, of course, everything we do is consensually. But outside of that, and I am a brat. I am not a masochist. I am a brat. So I like to cause mischief and mayhem and push boundaries and push people out of their comfort zone. Consensually, of course.
You know, that sounds just like a mistress or
mistress,
a dominatrix.
Oh my God! Now we're going back to the dominatrix.
No. You just gave the description. I was saying that just sounds like that. Continue. Someone doesn't like that word.
Well, I'm going to have to because it's paying the bills. So hey, it's like that's like my new clientele. I don't know how. I'm not advertising it, but they're finding me. Anywho, so like our lifestyle like that. What? What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
I'm just I always think of vanilla couples. And by
Okay.
vanilla, we mean not in the lifestyle.
Any lifestyle.
And I've heard my friends, either spouses, man or woman, come home and they're talking about how someone at work bullied them and someone's causing trouble or someone's picking on them. And it just like the high school things. And I just love that. My life is so different. What do I hear from my wife? They think I'm a goddamn dominatrix. Do you think I'm a damn dominatrix? Yes, ma'am.
Nice, honey. So outside of the dynamics,
Denial.
I am not in denial here. So I am the cold-hearted. I think of relationships as a business transaction. Okay, what's my return on my investment? What am I putting in? What are you giving me back? That's how I see it. And then John over here is the sappy, romantic, So he's more of the romantic. You know what? All my play partners are the romantic type, and I'm just like the cold-hearted bitch. What the hell? I just realized that now. Oh God.
Today on Therapy Couch with Angelique.
We're not changing today's costume to therapy. Oh my God. How the fuck do I change this? I got too many sappy romantics. Oh, it just drives me insane too. It really does. Because I need help. I'm going to have to talk to my therapist about this.
As your husband, I'm not touching this.
Go ahead.
No.
The audience needs to know. Seriously, they need to know. It's for the audience, not for me. It's for the audience.
For the audience?
It's for the audience.
Well, I said this before. It's funny how you look for the unattainable in a relationship or emotionally unavailable men, and you also look for the older ones, and what you end up with every time
oh God, every time
is you do stick with your thing on the older, but you get men who are attracted to powerful women. That doesn't mean we're submissive. It means we're attracted to powerful women. And you keep going around going, damn it, why do I keep ending up with these guys? And I'm like, duh. Angelique went silent for the moment, so we're going to go back and talk about more Christmas.
Oh, no. So what, should I just dump everyone and start with a clean slate?
And once again, and I know you're in therapy for this one, I realize this does kind of boil over into a lot of other behavior.
Oh, other behavior now.
That there's very little repair it. Like even with your computer, John, it's not working. You fix it. You have, it's great, or fuck it, nuke it, let's start over again. This is just an observation.
And that is why we're seeing two separate therapists. We're not seeing the same therapist. For once, we're not seeing the same therapist, okay? And right now I told my therapist I was dumping one partner, and then it's like I still haven't done it. I'm like, oh fuck.
And you're not going to.
Why not? I think it'll be healthy, maybe, kind of.
Is this the one that's going to come down for 3 weeks?
Yes.
Well, gee. Okay, so just to be clear, juggling multiple relationships, it's a little challenging at times.
It's a lot of challenging at times.
And I don't mean the simple stuff like jealousy. We don't really have that. Everything we have is above board in the sense that we talk about our other partners with each other. We are very open about it. Mm-hmm. We're very open about our feelings, if we have those for our partners, or if this is just a play partner, or whether it's just a friend. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting how when we go to therapy, it's completely different. Like the normal stuff of what the average couple goes to is communication issues and jealousy and this and that. And ours are usually kind of a mishmash of...
Well, I know with my therapist, we're really working on my emotional trauma and getting more able to process through it and be more vulnerable and not overthink a lot of shit. Because sometimes I overthink shit too. So
really,
the Kermit the Frog. Oh, look, that's exactly what I gave him.
I would agree with you that occasionally you do overthink stuff. It also tends to happen coincidingly with, your hormone treatments and the pinnacle ones of those. So it kind of goes a little high on that scale and then comes down and calms.
You're still married to me.
And I don't plan on ever changing that. One of the reasons we do stay together this long is because we do talk about our problems like this openly.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided when we started this radio show and podcast years ago is that we can't be the only ones in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
When we had problems like this and we started looking for a therapist, it was really hard to find someone that would concentrate on the problems we have instead of the fact that, oh, we have an open relationship. We're not we're not the normal typical relationship. Let's force them into this box. Because the problem obviously is that, we're having sex with other people.
Right. Multiple partners.
And that's really not.
Mm-mm.
For us, we have other partners to talk to.
Right.
And it's not that we go to the other partner and constantly, it's not that mistress thing where the guy goes or the girl goes to the mistress or whatever it is, and dumps all that what's wrong with their current spouse. We don't do that.
Mm-mm.
I have honestly never said a bad thing about you to Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
If anything,
did you get consent to say that?
I know. I'm working on that, but that's all I'm doing.
Yes, and that's the thing. We do ask for consent from our partners to mention on the air, so that's why I kind of called it out.
Well,
so.
I was just saying with my current partners, I've never said anything bad, and vice versa with you. Now we've talked about it, and we had said, hey, we're having problems, but it's honestly a larger group to give us perspective.
Right. Well, I know Drew's my therapy partner kind of deal sometimes because, he's my shoulder to cry on to a certain extent. Yeah, Drew, because we're more towards really good friends than versus play partners, but yet he sometimes, I don't know, right now he's missing me like crazy because we haven't seen each other, let alone the last time we played with each other was before my birthday.
He needs to call in sick to work.
Yeah, I know.
I think so.
He needs to kind of deal. So I'm trying to get to see him, but he was actually happy. One time I just went over to his workplace and had lunch with him, and it's that made him feel better. So
of course,
that's the thing. But now it's Drew and I have just been seeing more of each other this year because he's finally getting a divorce. But for the last as long as I've known you, we've only seen each other once a year.
Look, he is the only person I know who's been saying I've been going through a divorce now for probably 5+ years.
No, he finally put the paperwork in this year.
But the point was, they're as far as I know, they're not together in the sense that they're together. They're together in the sense that they live in the same house and they have some paperwork signed. Otherwise, they are roommates.
Correct. Yeah, that's true.
So in that case, that's just more of a semantic.
Right. But I mean, overall, Drew has known everything. He's kind of my best boy gossip girl kind of person. Yeah. I mean, we're gossipy there. My other play partner, JC, he's an idiot, but I love him because I've known him for 25 years. So it's I told him one time that we were going through a rough patch, and then he ghosted me. I'm like, motherfucker. And then I see him at a Duran Duran concert, and I'm like, what the hell? And it's hey, and it's well, you haven't. I'm like, dude, let me tell you if I'm the one to call it off, not just you call it off without even telling me that you're calling it off. It's we've been friends for so long, and then I'm like, yeah.
Well, that also goes into the way we handle stress differently. When I get really stressed, I tend to contract, and it is an effort for me to reach out and talk to people because I have my support system that are not play partners.
Right.
But I still don't. My default is to not. It's to shut down.
Because you're an introvert.
Your idea or your response to a stressful situation, what bars are open now? Or what concerts going on? Or what events going? Because you're going. You're gone.
Okay,
and that's how you deal with stuff.
No. So when I'm really at the massive over the top point, I always have two options. South Florida, binge drink, binge fuck, party my brains out, or a day at Disneyland. That's my two stressors.
You couldn't pick two things more apart on the spectrum.
Exactly. Totally. And the day at Disneyland, my friends who live out there, they know when I'm out there for just a day to go to Disneyland from Orlando, even though I have Disney World, they're like, shit hit the fan. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Let's just go have fun.
Well,
But yeah, two extremes. I know even my therapist said, okay, any which way, they're both your happy place to deal with stress. I'm like, yep.
well, it's a good thing though to acknowledge it
Mm-hmm.
and work on it, because I know one of the things we're always working to improve ourselves.
Uh-huh.
There's always more to learn. I don't care if you get to a point where you're like, I'm fine the way I am, and this is never going to change. You're cutting yourself short.
Oh, yeah.
Not just the people around you and the people who love you. You're cutting yourself short. But even with all that, we work and try to continually prove ourselves because we want to be together.
We always want to be a better version. But we'll talk more about that when we come back on Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6.
You know, I like the music. I know we're changing it. I'm feeling slight debauchery somewhere in there. You know, I said that just to see you do that. And what sucks is because I broke out on both cheeks, I don't know which way to turn. I'm like looking straight on and doing this. See, look, hold on.
I was expecting you to wear like a face mask.
I was thinking.
Welcome back on Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6. As we're talking about John's little acne debacle going on here, so we're thinking maybe getting a face mask for the date
I
night
should
with
just
the
put
Lunas.
my puppy mask on.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, there we go. We could do puppy all night for a date night with the Lunas.
I think I can.
You could be all mute. As he is right now.
Well, you know, I was going to think about Kink Rate and pull out the GIMP mask they sent us, but you know, I think I'd rather see you in that one.
Fine, I'll be in the GIMP mask.
Yeah, right. I showed it to you once, and you said that's cute, never, and walked away. Like I said, she's what's called a brat, which means she's a convenient submissive. She's submissive, usually convenient when it's convenient for you, maybe not me. Because there are some times you call me and, you know, daddy in that little sense. But then there's sometimes you do it in like Walmart so other people can hear it and you know they're going to look too. So that is.
But you know, the worst part is I look young enough that I could be your daughter. That's the best part. I look it. That they would just like look and then like,
Are you saying you look that young or I look that old?
Both.
I'm moving on to our sponsor, of which we'll be broadcasting on tonight, SDC.com. Basically, they are I'd say they're one of the top premier sites for open-minded people. I mean, they're our go-to. Even before we started doing it.
Oh, yeah. Even before we started working with them.
But we've been posting articles and resources. And by the way, now I'm published in ASN Magazine. If you haven't seen that, go check them out. Do a search for Adult Swinger Network. But anyway, I'm also going to be pushing more articles next year. Mm-hmm. And this kind of leads into the fact that we're going to talk about our New Year's revolutions.
Revolutions, yes.
But anyway, go to our website, click on SDC, the SDC logo. That will go ahead and use our referral link, which we would greatly appreciate so we can drive some traffic to their site. And we're also going to work on next year doing SDC only classes. And the nice thing is we can be a little more risque on SDC than we can be on Facebook.
Yes.
So there may be a nipple slip. It might be my nipple slip, but it will be a nipple slip somewhere.
Continue on with our New Year's revolution.
Well, it is a new year, and every year I know you are a very spiritual person.
Yes.
And you like to write stuff down. I know you like, we're looking at getting a fire pit so you can burn stuff other than doing it in a little can, as long as the house, you know, outdoor use only.
Of course it's outdoor use only.
I did not, you're saying that as if we haven't set off the fire alarm in our house multiple times.
Hey, because it's sage. And good thing you're going to be out of the house on Wednesday so I could sage up and clean up.
I'm going to disappear for like 36 hours to let you do whatever you want to the house.
Yay!
Really? I got a yay for that one?
Yes,
okay, we're moving on. We're talking about changes for the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And each year we like to go ahead and kind of look at what we've done, how we've changed, because going into this year, over a year ago, we had friends with benefits and we had playmates.
Right.
We didn't call ourselves poly in any way.
Right. What are we talking, 2021 or 2020?
2020.
Well, yeah.
And in 2020, though, you really couldn't do much poly because we were in the middle of a fucking plague.
Right.
But it's 2021. Mm-hmm. The year's ending.
Right.
As opposed to how we started the year versus what the year is now.
Right.
We're leaving this both where you're in what I would consider a serious relationship other than me. Correct? Possibly.
Yeah, because because it's so complicated. That's what drives me more insane in regards to the serious of it.
Okay, at the same time, and I'm not calling you out here,
Go ahead.
you do tell this person I love you, which is the first time I've heard you say that to anyone
Other
except
than you.
me, my daughter, and occasionally
Our
family
friends.
members.
Yeah, and our friends. We, you know.
Right. There's that I
Right.
love you to friends to where,
Right. But it's a different.
It's a romantic I love you.
It's a romantic I love you. Yes.
So obviously those things have changed.
Right.
What do we want for changes for the new year?
Something not as complicated.
So you're looking for simpler. Sweetie, from the first day I met you, when you were triple booked to meet me, I knew being with you would never be uncomplicated.
Well, I always promise you, it'll never be a dull moment.
That is very true.
Yes. And also the other partner, it's like I did tell them ahead of time. And I'm like, I even asked them, like the first thing I asked them, like, are you sure you're going to be able to handle me?
You are a challenge to handle, but we've discussed that.
Yeah, but I always put that disclaimer out. And still enough, still hanging on. So
well, I know going into 2021.
22. Oh, 2021.
When we were going into 2021.
Yeah.
What you wanted to do, because we hadn't done it for a year, was travel.
Right.
And we did.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a lot of last minute bookings, but yeah.
Over last year, though, I mean, we always go to certain events. Like we want to go to Naughty in New Orleans, which was canceled for 2020, of course. We always go to Sex Down South. But there's other events. This past year, you went to Phoenix.
Yeah, I spoke at She Podcast. They loved my presentation, which I thought was like, wow. Okay. And they were super nice to me and super respectful because it was a vanilla podcast conference. And here I am talking about sex and everyone. I even did a sex meet and greet and it went fantastic. I felt very appreciated and respected that I'm like, I would go again. I would submit to present. I know we missed the cutoff for Podfest. We didn't do that to submit to present at Podfest, but we
did. Did we do Podfest this year?
Yeah, we did.
We did. I'm just going over the different events we did without looking at the calendar.
Right.
But we did travel, and a lot of the travel was in August and September when things really were settling down and we were all vaccinated. We got vaccinated in March.
July. We were on the road July, August, and September.
Right, but we got vaccinated in March. And waited to see what's going on. Again, we're still cautious. We still keep our mask with us. We're going to be getting our booster shots. Unfortunately, we found out something interesting on booster shots. Because we got Pfizer, our particular doctor, who we love.
Yeah, we love our primary.
Was only giving boosters for Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson and Moderna.
So we need to go find a different one. Curious if other people have seen this, because obviously Pfizer is what was given out at the FEMA tents.
Right.
And I never saw so much camouflage off of a base before.
And so many hotties, both male and female.
That's true. They keep them fit.
Yeah, they were hot.
Maybe we should start going to like military bases.
Dude, we used
to pick up. We used to.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, we used to have the Orlando naval
base. I mean, you didn't go there to the club to pick them up,
sweetie.
Roxy, you never went to Roxy to pick
I
up.
I went to Roxy. Look, in my 20s and my teens, I was an acne-ridden poor boy. I never had money to go out.
I never had money.
No, but you were the other thing, a woman, which means you go and people buy you stuff, especially if they're looking. Well, if I don't have money to buy you stuff, it's very hard for a young 20-something to go, you're hot. How about you buy me a drink? It doesn't work that way.
But the gay community would.
But back then, I was very straight. Okay, let me rephrase that.
Okay,
I had thoughts, but for the most part, I didn't explore my bi side till my 30s.
Right.
Okay. Maybe there were feelings, maybe this was cool, but as usual, all boys Catholic high school, you kind of repress those.
Right, but you didn't explore until after your divorce, or were you still married?
I was starting, put it this way, when my marriage started going down and my only sexual outlet was masturbation. That's when you really start exploring all the different types that porn has available on the internet. And yes, I was attracted at that point and curious, but I never acted on it.
Right.
But that was a very private thing. And at that point in time, I would say it was even a shameful thing where I would do it and masturbate, whatever, and then be like, well, I should be guilty. You know, I should feel guilty. I feel all this. We've gotten rid of all those dumbass feelings. And if you have those feelings, I'm not saying dumbass to you, but they should have never been put on us to begin with.
So say 10 Hail Marys and 20 Our Fathers, and you're
Dude, how many times do I have to repeat that song? I know it's a prayer. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Sit up this way just a little bit. Because what I've realized is I keep pushing the mic so the shadow's not like on you, and you just keep sliding over. You're like, I want to hide behind this mic.
I love my mic. I like
and it works at that distance.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we did the traveling. We've done it. This next year coming up, we're working on presenting at Naughty in New Orleans.
Right.
We probably will go to Sex Down South. We're going to see.
Right.
I know you want to go back to She Pod Fest, wherever that's going to be. Is it always going to be in Arizona?
No, it travels. That's a traveling podcast conference. So each time is in a different city. So I don't know where the new city is going to be at.
But one of the big things I know you want to do is you want to go to the next level of your Tantra training.
Yes, my certification, my sex doula certification. So there's a 10-day intensive in April, and then there's another mastermind program in February. So I got to work on these. And so those are both in Costa Rica. So I will be traveling there. So yes, donations are always appreciated for my travels.
Well, we're also working on setting up a shop next year.
Right.
At our website where you're going to be able to buy products. We got a huge line of towels now where you can get swinger, pup, master, slave, submissive, come whore, put on towels.
Yeah, ye come whore. What's the one?
Ye old come whore, written in Old English. That was a good seller.
Yeah, that's a good seller. Surprisingly, yes, we were actually surprised on that one.
But the point is, we're trying new stuff for next year.
Right. And we're going to try to, are we going to try to present again Exotica? I mean,
I think we should.
Fun. Yeah.
Exotica, I think especially the Miami one. And I like going to Chicago.
Yes.
I like going to your hometown.
Yes. But next time we're going to add a couple more days to Chicago and maybe a car rental. So that way, because I hate like bubbing from friends. But we did have fun in the few days that we were there.
Agreed.
But I want to go to Eddebebics when we're in Chicago. That's so much fun.
But we're planning out next year, and of course, the events and the things we want to accomplish. I know, like I said, we both now have partners. We're looking to see. I'm going to go see my partner for the first time since I met her.
Right.
But again, we won't talk about that till I get permission. I know I keep doing stuff, but
yeah, in January. So he's his first road trip, not going to versus mine too already. But I don't know.
But what else? What are you? Think about it. What are when I say your, I'm talking to the audience as well.
Audience too.
Yeah. Goals for next year. And it doesn't have to be, we talked about a little bit about travel, and we're talking about presenting.
Or even sexual exploration.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, because it's like, I know a lot of people, don't think about that. They think about losing weight, being healthy, financial success. What about sexual,
things that bring you pleasure.
Right.
Even if they're not sexual. What are things you're doing that bring you pleasure? Whether that's you're going to get a subscription to a damn spa and go once a month, or a massage. I think those are always great.
Mm-hmm. Going to Disney World more often. That's
a good one.
That's mine. So
I know one of the things that we started to talk about, but never made a revolution about it, is exploring more anal with you. Mm-hmm. That's something you've expressed interest in, something you want, I believe. Mm-hmm. So I think I want to make a commitment and go and help you with that, obviously, and explore that a little bit more. I know you're also, with your entire body transformation, exploring more camming. Mm-hmm. Where are you camming now?
I'm trying. It's like, but a schedule has been crazy, and like I forgot to set up the laptop right now to cam while we were broadcasting. So
are we going to cam tonight?
I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to cam tonight. So yes.
And you're camming on?
Fantasy Club. So fantasy.club.
So we're trying to do these different outlets, and you obviously, are going to be trying more stuff and different stuff. We always believe each year you should try different things. Yeah. Even the events, and even we try to do things slightly different. So what's different that you want to try next year?
I don't know yet. I know you're trying to do more of the pup porn now.
Oh, yes. I've done pup play.
Yeah.
I want to do more pup play. There's actually a pup group in Orlando. I found there's two of them.
Oh, there's two. Okay.
But there's one that is gender non-specific. So there are both pups and other critters,
Okay.
but all genders. So there were female, I mean, most of them are male and most of them are gay, but there were female handlers and there were bi men and women as pups and even trans.
Trans, nice.
I like the inclusion in that type of community. I definitely want to do that more, but I am also going to look into possibly doing pup porn because, again, I like my job. And although talking about it here is one thing,
but you make a good daddy pup.
I do. The little gray comes out.
The lot of gray. That's all you see.
A lot of gray.
Yeah, because you don't see the salt and pepper hair when you're wearing your pup mask. You just see the gray. So they could be like the older.
Well, I told you while I was in South Florida, I got the weirdest comment that someone said to me, "You are the oldest pup I've ever seen." And I just said, pup is not about age. It is a state of mind.
Exactly.
And if I have to be an old pup, I will be an old pup.
That's just kind of discriminating, if you ask me. That
well,
they said that you're the oldest pup.
Usually, the thing is, and I know where it comes from, it's not dog play. It's puppy play. And when you think of a puppy, what do you think of? A young dog. So some people hear it and they really don't know about it and say, oh, it's a young thing.
But even I've seen, okay, now we're going into the human world and animal world. I've seen people who own older dogs still call them their puppy. I mean, we call Marvin, the 15-year-old Chihuahua still our puppy. Don't make fun of the Chihuahua.
I'm not making fun of the Chihuahua. I'm just amazed at that dog's survival. He's embodied the previous dog because he came in as the puppy. And now that the older dog has passed, he's taken the position and he's turned into that older grumpy dog.
Oh, Ollie? No. Ollie's not that older grumpy dog yet, so kind of deal.
I was talking about Marvin passing.
Oh, Marvin.
And then, yes.
Ollie's the puppy. Yeah.
Yes, has become the old grumpy dog.
Yeah.
At 15, you don't get to call him puppy. You know what? I forgot to say there is one gift, and I want to bring it up because it's actually a gift my mom got me.
Okay.
And she didn't question it. She made a comment that I know that's not for what I think it is.
Really? How did she?
However,
how did she actually say that it is not what you think it is?
I didn't. I thought you heard it.
No, I didn't.
Because it's okay. So at Christmas, we did get the families together.
Yes. Well, because it was just John and his mom, so it was still a small gathering,
which worked out very well.
Yes, it did.
For more, but this is the gift from my mom, which is a
first aid
hard.
Box.
It's a first aid kit hard box.
Yeah, as you could hear.
And it came empty. And it does say first aid box on the side of it.
Yeah.
And
on the front of it, not the side, on the front.
I got it because I'm into medical play.
Yes.
And we're trying to organize stuff better.
Yes. Still trying to get a closet organizer for our closet of sex toys.
But I'm trying to get all my play stuff together and make it more organized. So I saw this relatively cheap price. I said, cool. I wanted to get it. My mom, I gave her like 3 choices. My mom did get this one.
Okay.
And when she got it, she did go ahead and say, that's not going to be for medical stuff. I know what it's for. And she said it low enough that I just gave her a smile.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? The fact that she knew that and still gave it to me
has shown improvement of
growth. My mom has become much more open-minded.
No, improvement of growth.
Very much so.
Okay, that's all. It's not even open-minded. It's
no, she has.
It's acceptance.
Because I found out she did something that I'm very proud of for my mom.
Which is, we'll talk about that when we come back on Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6.
Yep, she did something. Right. I can get through it.
Welcome back on Sex Positive Me on BFAM 109.6.
And we're talking about Christmas.
And his mom.
But first, I want to talk about the Wow Chat group. Because, well, if you go to our website and click on their link, they make a whole bunch of stuff or bring it into the country, such as We Vibe, Womanizer, Pure Romp, and Arcwave. Arcwave has become my favorite toy.
Oh, it's my favorite toy, too, because I just put it on your penis and let it go. Let it go.
And when you say by let it go, you mean you sit on my face, so that way you get the right position.
Exactly. Yes.
And so it's basically I'm sort of getting a threesome, but it's more like a high-tech thresome with a robot.
High-tech, yeah, exactly.
Anyway, if you go to our YouTube channel, there's a video out there on the Arcwave. Take a look. It is a stroker like none before. It has this, they call it like puff pressure, whatever the hell it is. It's wonderful. So go check them out. Again, it's the Wow Tech Group. They are the leader in design, manufacturing, and marketing of premium intimate pleasure products.
Right.
Pleasure is a good thing.
Pleasure is always a good thing.
So before we get into the rest of it, what made me proud of my mom?
Yes. What made you proud of your mom? Because like I said, you know, this woman was the one that said, you know, you told her that you were bisexual, and it's like, it's a one-time thing.
Actually, no, I told her that when we were swinging.
Right.
But anyway, what happened was my mom had a CD.
Okay.
Not a compact disc, a thing from your bank where you go ahead and put money in for a year and they give you X percentage rate, and then you can either renew it or take it out.
Right.
Well, she found out the bank made contributions to anti-LGBTQ causes.
Oh.
And she went in with my brother, who reaffirmed that the bank did do this, and explained to the clerk, we're closing the account and taking our money elsewhere, and here's the reasons why. And it was because they were anti-LGBT.
Okay.
And that made me feel really proud.
Wow.
Really proud of my mom supporting, you know, who I am and what I am, whether she understands it, whether she does it or not, you know, regardless, it's family saying, whatever it is, this is who he is, and I'm going to support him. And that kind of unconditional support is, I think, what we need more of from our family and our parents, and our friends. It's letting people be who they are, regardless.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I am actually surprised.
And she took the money.
Yeah. That's good.
That is awesome.
That is. I'm surprised she actually did research and found that out. That's the part where I'm like, wow.
I admit, I know my brother was the one who said, oh, you're with this bank, do you know? And then she did research, and then she talked with my brother, and the two of them went together and pulled the money out. So for that, I'm very proud. There's several companies I mentioned that I don't shop at. She said, I'm no longer shopping at them either.
Wow.
So Hobby Lobby and Chick-fil-A.
Hey.
You love Chick-fil-A. I will tolerate Chick-fil-A because your extreme love of them.
Okay, but there's also the Orlando Chick-fil-A's are completely different because they actually do support the LGBT community.
They do. And in Orlando, I will, because they did open up on Sunday 6 years ago.
When the Pulse,
Yeah, when Pulse happened.
And they didn't charge. They didn't charge. They gave the food away to the first responders and everyone working.
And the victims and family who were there.
Yeah, so they took care of them. That's why, honestly, when we travel outside of the Orlando area, we don't eat Chick-fil-A outside of Orlando because we just do it.
Corporate has misguided religious beliefs.
Right, exactly. So, but
if your religion is giving you an excuse to hate someone, it's time to reevaluate your religion.
Yeah, exactly.
Period.
Completely.
I don't care if it's Christianity or Buddhism. I don't know. Whatever your religion is, maybe you're out of Waco, Texas. I don't know.
Flying spaghetti monster.
If it says to hate someone, you need a new religion.
Exactly.
But this is our last show for the year. We'd really love to thank our sponsors who have helped us out.
Thank you.
One Condoms, Kink Crate, SDC, and the Wow Tech Group. We're going to be coming out next week with new sponsors, with new music, with new content, and a lot of new stuff.
Yes. So we look forward to that. So, and then we will eventually be updating our podcast, so that way you can listen to us in all the various different podcast platforms. As of right now, we are currently just on BFAM, Facebook, and YouTube. Sorry.
Nope, but we may actually be doing a little podcast in a new channel, which we won't speak their name.
Okay.
But we're very excited about it. We're waiting for it to come through.
Okay.
And it's new opportunities for a new year. And we're excited.
We're super excited there. So have a happy new year. Have happy new revolutions, not resolutions.
Revolution.
Vive la revolution.
You can have a revolution in your bedroom. You don't have to overthrow the government. Go have a revolution in your bedroom. Even if you do it alone, do it.
Yes. Do it. So thanks, everyone. We'll see you next year.
Bye. Bye.
happy because you didn't do that. That's wish resolution.
You do that tonight. See you next time. Have a good year. Be safe on New Year's. Bye.